It's Tuesday, the 22nd of April, 2026, and I don't believe that this will be picked up today or tomorrow or next week. I think this is one of these videos that's going to be more of a timeline reference in terms of the information that it will provide. But there is something happening since quite a while. I can't predict the exact date when it occurred, but I've been at cause and effect of it like everyone else on the planet, and it comes down to simplicity without being attached to its worldly aspects, because the worldly aspects don't exist in this respect, and this will become clear as I go through this particular sharing. So there is this aspect where we have our library or our dictionary of vocabulary, and in conversation there is this somewhat disconnect with relation to what you're trying to say and what is the purpose of what's being said, the actual event. And it's not that you don't have that access to it, it's that this access is not existing in the place you're in right now. And this will become very clear or hopefully it will become clear as I'm explaining it. The aspect is that we've gone into this multi-dimensional aspect where our consciousness is now in our physical form, which is consciousness anyway, but I'm sitting here, I'm doing this video, but there are moments where there will be an absence of abstract or reality. Not that I am losing my faculties, it's that they don't exist. And how that's played out is, and this is a wee bit cryptic, but you'll all understand when this comes out. Of course you'll understand, but it's that we have come from one dimension and we're now fabricated in another dimension. In that older dimension, we had what you would consider as our dictionary of language and experience. But we're in this new dynamic, this new space, where we don't have that connection. Now the connection is coming from this aspect of experiential, this aspect of knowing, and thus we can recall it. But when we don't have that exact same thing in this dimension, this aspect of where we are right now, there is this question. And if there's going to be many of you, of course it's going to be everyone, but there are going to be aspects where you're thinking like, I've lost my mind, I can't remember anything. No, that's not it. It's because we've jumped between this and this, and we still hold this, because without that we would be blank. We would not be able to be coherent. But there are still points that are missing. It's not 100% interconnected, and it could never be that way. So we have to learn. We're learning again, but this time how it's been shown is that there are discrepancies, or there's holes in our conscious awareness that are being used to refabricate and re-experience and re-explore, and then to make the link. So this is really about the fact that we have moved, the fact that there is this, what seems like an absence, but for what we understand, we could call it a label, which I won't call it a label because that's not true. And that label will be when you think you're losing your mind and you get whatever. But it's happening at all ages. It's happening at all ages. It's not just happening to the old, it's happening to the young as well. So this is very, very important to recognize, is that you're in a new dynamic. You're in a new space. And by the time this is becoming relevant to, I don't know, 10 or 20 beloveds, it will most probably be weeks or months from when I've recorded this. And that's because that dynamic of which you're actually watching this, and if you're watching it now, you're very quick. That means your conscious awareness is aligned to the frequency of self. So whenever you receive this, it's the perfect timing to realize that you've opened a door and you're ready to accept the information more harmoniously and more openly as well, because the judgments that you may have or may have thought of, they don't actually exist. There's no relativity to them at all. So on that note, I'm going to say cheers. It was a nice quick one, because it is enough being said that you don't need to be bored, and it's time for you to take back your initiative, your power, by looking. Just look at it, feel into it, and you'll be guided to see what is needed. Okay, cheers for now. Have a great one. Ciao. Bye.